It's time for GMA3. The strict cell phone ban taking effect as the nation's largest school district goes back to class, and how educators hope the bell-to-bell ban will help students. We're counting down to kickoff. The new NFL season starts tonight. We're breaking down the new rules you need to know. Plus, Super Bowl MVP Jalen Hurts.
#1 in your program and #1 in your heart.
How you doing?
One-on-one with Robin.
I think passion is one thing that'll always have to be there for you to do something that you love.
And his life off the field now. And we're celebrating one of our favorite things.
These are a few of my favorite things.
As The Sound of Music turns 60, our Maggie Rulli is in Austria visiting the sites behind the timeless classic, recreating the movie musical's iconic moments. It's time for GMA3.
Are a few of my favorite things.
From ABC News headquarters in New York City, this is GMA3.
Sing it,
Come
Stephanie.
on, everyone.
Sing it.
Maggie
has the best assignment.
Yeah, I know, right? Exactly.
And I've already texted her asking for all the details about that
Yeah.
trip. I need to go to
You
Austria.
can't help but sing along. Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Whit.
And I'm Stephanie here with Rhiannon. We're so glad you could join us on this Thursday afternoon.
Yes, coming up, we're going to talk about that massive Powerball jackpot. It just keeps going up and up and up. So do my dreams of what I would do with all the winnings.
yeah.
It
You
is
got some
now the
ideas.
third biggest jackpot ever because there was no big winner last night.
Yeah, so there's a chance for everybody to
Yes.
win again later down the road. More on that. Also ahead, a GMA health alert about the rise in prostate cancer. Dr. Darian Sutton is here to explain what's causing it and what men can do to help lower their risk.
Yeah, but we begin with big changes on the first day of school for New York City students. Cell phones are now banned throughout the day in the nation's largest school system. And Whit, you've been following this story, which, by the way, I think is a great idea.
Yes, absolutely. And this is happening across the country. This bell-to-bell cell phone ban means that once kids arrive on campus, that phone needs to be turned off and put away. And New York is just the latest among dozens of states across the country trying to crack down on devices in the classroom.
New York City, the largest school district in the country, returning to class today under a new statewide cell phone ban. The new restrictions going farther than many previous bans, also applying to tablets, smartwatches, or any internet-enabled devices.
I think we should have our phones, but at least we're not getting it taken away from us. At least we have it.
Just outside the city at Roosevelt High School in Yonkers, students were issued special pouches personalized to allow them to keep their devices with them, but locked and sealed until they're demagnetized at the end of the day.
I miss my phone.
You miss your phone?
Yep.
The change highlights a growing trend nationwide. At least 31 states and the District of Columbia now require school districts to ban or restrict students' use of cell phones in schools.
The hope is that we can preserve teaching and learning and get back to where we want. We want less disruptions. Ultimately, that's the goal.
In New York City, the ban applies bell to bell.
I feel like we're teaching them how to be social human beings and how to respect people and look them in the eye and give a firm handshake. I'm seeing such a change.
And students here in New York City will still be able to use their school-issued devices like laptops and Chromebooks, and schools will have to provide parents with a working phone number that they can call and speak to a live person to get a message to their child in case of an emergency. And our kids are in New York, but individual schools and school districts have been doing this for years in some places, so our kids have already been used to it, the little pouch for the cell phone. And I know that there were some concerns from parents being able to reach their kids, but we found it's actually been pretty easy to get messages to your kids if you have to.
That's great.
Yeah.
I've seen some schools are even putting board games out during the day so that kids can just play games with each other when they have downtime instead of,
Yeah, it's such a distraction to have access to your phone and really access to the world just in the palm of your hand. You said parents can call the school and relay a message to the kids.
Yes.
Just like the good old days.
The good old
That's what we
days
used
of
to do.
interpersonal communication, right?
That's right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thanks for that, Whit. Okay, let's talk the NFL season. There are new rules, new changes, all the excitement leading up to tonight's NFL season kickoff between the Eagles and the Cowboys. Wow, it's going to be a good game. News anchor Shari Williams of ABC station WPVI is in Philly with some pumped up fans at the world famous McGillin's. Hey, Shari, how's it going?
Yeah, hey, Rhiannon, you're right. We are pumped up at McGillin's, a Philly favorite. It's the oldest pub in the city, opened in 1860. A great place to watch the game. We've got the Philadelphia Eagles fans. There are some Dallas Cowboys fans here as well, but you're right. NFL kicking off a new season. A new season means new rules, and the NFL implementing some key changes Here's a look at 3 of them. The first is the dynamic kickoff. It is now permanent. A maximum of 3 players can be in the setup zone. After a touchback, the ball will be placed on the 35-yard line rather than the old way at the 30. Also new this season, teams can go for an onside kick at any point in the game as long as they're trailing. The second rule changes in overtime. In the past, if the first team got the ball and scored a touchdown, it was game over. Now, to make it more even, both teams will get at least 1 chance to score. This rule in place during the playoffs, and it will now be in effect the entire season. The third and final rule is expanding instant replay. This can be used for particularly dangerous plays like face mask or horse collar tackling. The NFL, though, saying the video needs to be clear and obvious. Also, a note, virtual measuring by the Hawkeye technology. Of course, that will be measuring those first downs more accurately. As for tonight's matchup, the Cowboys have potentially a high-flying offense with quarterback Dak Prescott and elite wide receivers CeeDee Lamb and the addition of George Pickens. But the Eagles, their starters, the majority of them are back, including Super Bowl MVP Jalen Hurts. And we just, of course, have been hearing from him, and also the league-leading rusher in Saquon Barkley. It's a big day. Here's a look inside the Lincoln Financial Field. The Eagles set to unveil their Super Bowl 59 championship banner. It's covered for now, but it is in place. Getting into this game tonight, it's a hot ticket, $925 the average price, the most expensive Week 1 ticket. Whit, it's a big game.
Yeah, it sure is. Hey, be nice, Shari, to those 3 Cowboys fans in there. They are dedicated. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
You know, it hurts a little bit that she used Super Bowl highlights of the Chiefs.
Yeah, that's all right.
Hurts a little bit.
Just a little bit for us
Chiefs got a
Chiefs
couple
fans.
trophies. All right, let's turn now to the Powerball, jumping to a truly staggering amount with an estimated jackpot of $1.7 billion now after no one won last night. And Stephanie, you have the latest on that.
Yes, I am on the Powerball beat. Good news is the billion-dollar dream is still alive. For the 41st straight time, no one matched the 6 numbers in the Powerball drawing. So now the jackpot for Saturday will be a stunning $1.7 billion. That is the 3rd largest in Powerball history. That would be paid out, of course, over the course of 30 years. If you prefer the lump sum, yeah, you can take home about $770 million. Not too bad. Now, you may be asking, what can that kind of money buy you? Well, here are a few examples. How about 2 WNBA teams at the going rate of $325 million each?
Yeah, I like that deal.
Rhiannon's got one of them. Or the most expensive car in the world, the Rolls-Royce Droptail. I don't know if I want that kind of attention, though. And at $30 million each, you could buy 25 of them. And you might feel right at home on New York City's Billionaires Row. The most expensive apartment available is $110 million, that penthouse right there that you're seeing on your screen, and that would leave plenty of money to pay to park all of those Rolls Royces. So this is the time to dream, buy a ticket, you never know.
Exactly. No one gets to make those purchases just yet, but last night's drawing, not all bad news, right? There's still a chance for some.
There is still a chance. Before you go out and buy a bunch of tickets and dream about what you would do with virtually unlimited cash, don't forget to check your tickets from last night. Even without a grand prize winner, 6.3 million tickets did win some kind of cash prize, including $11 million winners. So yes, you may not be a billionaire today just yet, but you could still be cashing in.
But I can't buy a WNBA team with $1 million.
Exactly.
So
to save up a little bit more.
Maybe a season pass, for sure.
Thank you for that, Stephanie. All right, coming up here, the new report on the rise of prostate cancer. Dr. Darian Sutton is here to explain what's behind it and what men can do to reduce their risk. We're back now with the GMA Health Alert on prostate cancer. A new report out from the American Cancer Society showing cases are on the rise again for the first time in years, with striking racial disparities at play. Our medical correspondent, Dr. Darian Sutton, is here to break it all down for us. Dr. Darian, it's always great to see you.
Great to see you all.
So break down the findings of this new report for us.
Yeah, so these are some concerning numbers, Whit. So overall, the rate of prostate cancer has been rising, and most concerning, patients and men are presenting later in their diagnosis and with more aggressive diagnosis. So this is looking at the numbers. Since 2014, we've seen a 3% rise every year in the rate and the number of cases of prostate cancer, and comparing that to before 2014, where there was a decline of 6% per year. So what happened in 2014? Right before that, in 2011, 2012, the recommendations that are provided by the United States Preventative Services Task Force, that's what we as doctors use to recommend for patients, had recommended against routine screening because the concern at that time was overdiagnosis and unnecessary treatment. But obviously, we see where we've gotten today. Disparities have also worsened. For black men, 60%, more than 60% more likely to get a diagnosis of prostate cancer, and more than twice as likely to die from the diagnosis. So important to understand the risk here and to understand the benefit of screening.
Let's stick with screenings. When should most men go out and get their screenings?
Yeah, so there's a lot of different ages that we talk about in terms of your risk. I recommend, number one, having the first conversation at the age of 40, regardless of your history. But some specific details here. The average risk person typically starts screening at the age of 50. For those who are high risk, for example, if you have a father, a brother, or a child that has been diagnosed with prostate cancer for one reason or another, or if you yourself have been diagnosed with prostate cancer before for reasons for other reasons, or if you have a very high risk. For the age over 70, this can get confusing. It's not generally recommended, and the reason behind that is because prostate cancer is often slow growing. So the thought is that you will likely continue your life with it without complications. But then again, conversations are important because everyone's risk is different.
And beyond screenings, what can men do to lower their risk?
Yeah, so number one, you want to make sure to know your risk and know your family history. I think that's so important. And there are some basic things that you can control. You can't control the genetic part, but you can control your lifestyle. For example, decreasing the amount of processed meat and red meat in your diet, making sure that you maintain a healthy weight. We know that excess weight is associated with a more aggressive diagnosis, staying active, and then, of course, avoiding smoking and abstaining from alcohol if you can, especially if you're at higher risk.
Important information. We're seeing new types of screening as well, too, to make it easier for people.
Yeah, the basic screening is a PSA or a blood test, but there might be different options depending on your risk, so it's important to have that conversation.
Dr. Darian, as always.
Of course.
Coming up here, the new way you can be in the room where it happens as Hamilton celebrates its 10th anniversary.
Welcome back to GMA3. We are popping and locking right now with the one and only.
But we're not dropping. It's a pop and lock zone only. No dropping allowed. It'll be the first and last time we try that one. All right, we begin with the debate of the week. Is it still summer? Labor Day is behind us, but technically summer ends with the autumnal equinox on September 22nd. Well, y'all, we have a definitive answer. Lady Gaga has ended the debate, officially launching spooky season with a brand new song and music video for The Dead Dance, directed by Tim Burton, y'all. Take a look. Oh yeah, Gaga is featured in season 2 of Netflix's Wednesday, where she's playing Rosaline Rotwood, a deceased teacher at Nevermore. Part 2 of Wednesday is streaming now, but Gaga isn't done with just the TV appearance. She's releasing a new version of her album Mayhem with The Dead Dance and 2 other new tracks, Can't Stop the High and Kill for Love, both streaming right now.
Where's the pumpkin spice latte?
That's on me. That's on me. This video, though, it's giving like new Thriller. I have a feeling a lot of people are going to be learning the choreo. Yeah, very fun.
Including Will Gans.
Including Will Gans. Yeah, I'm working on it. Now, from one diva to another, Hollywood is gearing up for one legend of the small screen to make her highly anticipated big screen debut after breaking records in the streaming sphere. Who am I talking about? Bluey!
Love Bluey.
The beloved animated show is getting the movie treatment, y'all, with Disney announcing that the fan favorite Blue Heeler and her family will hit theaters August 6th, 2027. Bluey was last year's most watched series globally on Disney+. So get ready for Bluey, Bingo, Chili, and Bandit to fetch a whole lot of fans 2 summers from now at the box office.
Even my great show for families.
Do your kids still like it?
They love Bluey. Watch as family.
My 11-year-old still loves it. He won't tell anyone that. I'm sorry. Please don't tell him.
But you will on national television.
We will just blow up the spot for our kids.
Yes.
Amazing. All right, for a slightly higher octane adventure, perhaps for your 11-year-old, I don't know, how about a brand new series spotlighting Lara Croft Tomb Raider? The iconic video game character has been played on the big screen, of course, by Angelina Jolie and Alicia Vikander. And Amazon MGM is announcing Sophie Turner as the next leading lady to portray the archaeologist adventurer. The Game of Thrones alum will begin filming for Tomb Raider, the TV series, in January with a script from Phoebe Waller-Bridge, who of course is the genius behind Fleabag and Killing Eve. Phoebe saying in a statement, "I'm so excited to announce the formidable Sophie Turner as our Lara. Get your artifacts out. Croft is coming."
Ooh, I like it.
I can't wait for that. Yeah. Sophie Turner belongs on our screen, so I'm excited that she's coming back. And now we're all going to get a chance to be in the room where it happens because Hamilton is headed into theaters for the first time. I will in a second. The 11-time Tony-winning musical is celebrating its 10th anniversary in a big way, including a special screening at the Delacorte Outdoor Theater in Central Park last night with the cast of the original production there. We caught up with creator and star Alexander Hamilton himself, Lin-Manuel Miranda. Take a look.
Like, we want George Washington 50 feet high. We want the Schuyler sisters in all their glory on the big screen. And we've added a 10-minute intermission. On Disney Plus, it's only a minute. But when you go to the movies, you get 10 minutes, like a proper intermission, and you get to go to the bathroom, and you get to get some more popcorn or nachos.
All right, safe to say I'm going to remember that night. I just might remember that night for the rest of my days.
Yeah.
And if you're young, scrappy, and hungry for new Hamilton content, the movie theater version expands on the streaming film, including a special introduction with the show and all new cast interviews. They're not throwing away their shot. Hamilton hits theaters nationwide tomorrow and is streaming on Disney+.
You never miss your shot.
Yeah. Nailed it. All right, coming up, Deals and Steals. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to GMA3.
And welcome back to GMA3. Tomorrow on GMA, Michael's one-on-one with Charlie Sheen on his new memoir, getting candid about the ups and downs in his life and career and how he's doing now.
Can't wait to hear that. And also tomorrow, inside the new season of Wheel of Fortune, classic show.
Yes, and our 50 States in 50 Weeks tour is in Virginia, live with Mercy Chefs, the Virginia-based nonprofit that helps feed victims and first responders in disaster areas all over the country. You don't want to miss that amazing story. But now, to the changing of the guard at Vogue. After nearly 4 decades at the helm of the fashion magazine, Anna Wintour has announced her successor, an insider who has a more modern mark on the magazine over the past several years. Deborah Roberts has more.
Those sunglasses, the signature bob. The woman behind the look has defined the fashion world for nearly 4 decades. But Anna Wintour turning the glossy page at Vogue magazine, enlisting former Vogue.com editor Chloe Mal as the new head of editorial content for the U.S. Wintour saying in a statement, Mal is a voracious, engaged journalist with an intuition for women's changing interests now. Her eye for the definitive image is exceptional.
She is someone who really comes to the position more from the sort of journalistic writing side of the magazine as opposed to the fashion director visual side of the magazine.
A 39-year-old mom of 2, Mal has spent 14 years at Vogue, doubling traffic to its website since 2023.
This is The Run-Through. I'm Chloe Mal.
Even co-hosting the popular podcast, The Run-Through.
We're in the Vogue closet. This is a big moment for many people, but we're just casually on this pink velvet sofa.
The daughter of Hollywood royalty, Mal grew up closer to the celebrity world than fashion. Her father, Pretty Baby director Louis Mal. Her mom, Emmy Award-winning actress Candice Bergen, who soared to fame playing hard-nosed TV journalist Murphy Brown.
Hi, everybody.
Then later, playing the role of Enid Frick on Sex and the City.
This isn't Vogue.
Ironically, a no-nonsense Vogue editor.
I want less Carrie Bradshaw and more carry this bag with these shoes.
In June, Wintour announcing she was stepping down as American Vogue's editor-in-chief, but not fully retiring from her perch as the global editorial director.
It's a new title for American Vogue. So it will be interesting to see the degree to which the sensibility of the magazine changes, the way that's managed. This is new ground.
It's going to be very interesting, but we will still see Anna Wintour.
Oh, she'll still be involved a little bit here and there, right?
Absolutely. Stephanie.
A new chapter at Vogue. All right, thanks, Rhiannon and Whit. Time now for Deals and Steals. Tori Johnson is here with some GMA viewer favorites, all from small businesses, and all of it is 50% off. Tori,
yeah,
this is amazing.
Yeah.
I love Tula.
Yes.
This is a great brand.
Great skincare brand. It was co-founded by a gastroenterologist, which isn't the typical type of doctor. We tend to see more like dermatologists that are starting skincare lines. But she is really all about sort of the probiotics and nutrients and what's really important for gut health and how that can help our skin. One of her signature favorite products, this one right here, this beauty sleep. Dr. Raj said to me, if you take just one product on a desert island, this is the one. Yes.
Really?
She looks like she's 30. She's in her 50s. She credits this. I'm like, whatever you're doing, I'm doing.
I saw her earlier on GMA. She looks amazing.
She is incredible. That's going to become part of my new routine. And it's really just
try it.
overnight. It's like, so you pump it just like this. Yep. You do it just like that.
Nice.
And you would put that on overnight.
Wow.
And you then wake up with that brighter, plumper, better
Smells
skin.
great, too.
It's phenomenal. Everything from Tula Slash and Half today starts at $17.
Sweet. Okay, this one's coming with me.
Yeah, okay, there you go. I know, that's the rule on Deals and Steals. When you try it, you own it.
This is so good.
It's yours. Okay.
What's next?
Kiote. This is the keychain tote bag called the Kiote, created by a woman who said she was tired of never having an extra bag, needing to then rely on disposable, which she didn't want to do. So she created an unbelievably luxurious. You could open that one up.
Okay.
So it clips
It's
right on.
stylish, too.
It's so stylish. It is leather. It has all of the most beautiful hardware. And then that bag opens up just like this into a beautiful tote.
This is a great idea.
It's so smart. It's so elevated. Even everyone in the studio was talking about how chic it is. And then it's just great because it's convenient. You always have it with you. It is 50% off.
You're taking home some extra shoes from work, from the
And
office.
when you care about
in here.
fashion, that's the
Yes.
one. All right,
Oh, this
so
is good.
from fashion to your hair, this is Hairdeman. The creator of this was here this morning, and she has the most incredible hair. And she said to me, I got to tell you a secret. I have not washed my hair in a few days. Her hair looked so stunning.
It did. I saw her.
It looks fabulous.
Wow.
And she credits this dry shampoo right here. So it does two things. It's going to help take away the oils that allows you to then not shampoo your hair excessively, and it's going to add volume and freshness so that your hair looks good, smells great, and is just healthier because it's not being overwashed.
Nice.
I love their brush.
Extends
This
the blowout.
Exactly, extends the blowout too. This brush is a fabulous one. Everything from Hairdeman today, half price, starts at $10.
Oh, fantastic. And it's called the Miracle Brush. I love that.
Yeah, exactly.
Very nice.
It performs miracles. Any day cookware. So this is all completely plastic free that you can prep your food in, microwave in, serve it on the table, and then store if you have to. So we just put some corn in the microwave, and you can see we've got steamy corn right here. You could then put this out on the table to serve. If someone doesn't eat it all, you put the cover right back on it, put it into the refrigerator.
Less dishes in the sink.
Yes. We also have this black mat. It's a collab with Chef David Chang, who said this is the most indispensable tool in his kitchen. It can be in yours. The sets are all 50% off.
I love that. Any
day.
I
Smart.
hadn't seen
It's
this
so
before.
smart. And
Very,
no
very
plastic.
smart. And not plastic. Very
Okay,
nice. All right, what's next?
This is makeup that stays on all day. So one of their signature products, it's like a TikTok favorite, an Ulta favorite, is this right here. It's a lip stain that goes on and it looks blue at first. And you're like, what is this? Like what we see on the screen there. And then you let it dry a couple minutes, peel it off, and then you've got lip color that lasts all day long. I'm wearing their lip plumper in the front, that black cherry right in the center right here. Going a little dark for fall, trying something new.
Nice.
Everything slash and half starts at $6. And then finally, we're ending.
Colors.
The colors are gorgeous. Dr. Kellyanne, she is one of the pioneers of bone broth. We've got all of her bone broth, collagen. If you want protein in a cup, you get it all right from this. She's phenomenal. The products are phenomenal, and they're 50% off.
I hear it's delicious too.
So good.
And super easy to make.
Yes.
Right up my alley. Tori Johnson, thank you so much. We partner with these companies on these wonderful products. You can get them at GMAdeals.com. The QR code is right there on your screen. It takes you straight there. Coming up here on GMA3, we are live in Austria to celebrate 60 years of the sound of music. You don't want to miss it.
We're back now, and we're celebrating the 60th anniversary of the Oscar award-winning movie musical, The Sound of Music. Maggie Rulli is where the hills are alive, Salzburg, Austria, where much of the movie was filmed. And Maggie, it seems like you're having an okay time out there.
But I will admit, I'm a huge super fan. And you know, you also strike me like you're a super fan, Whit. So I know that you know exactly where I am right now. This is, of course, the famous Do-Re-Mi fountain. This is where Maria taught those 7 Von Trapp kids where to dance and sing. And Whit, at any time of day, you can see people up here dancing and singing, recreating that famous scene. Although, really, guys, you hear people singing all over Salzburg.
Brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things.
It's been 60 years.
When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite.
And generations of fans still know every single word. We're singing along with a busload of Americans on the original Sound of Music bus tour through Salzburg.
Do, a deer, a female deer.
All because of one movie, The Sound of Music. It was an instant hit when it premiered in 1965, winning 5 Oscars, including Best Picture. And now, for the first time, it's been restored in stunning 4K resolution.
Men drinking beer with a foam afloat.
Maria, a young Julie Andrews, is a nanny whose spirit and love for music changes the lives of the 7 Von Trapp children and wins the heart of their widowed father, the captain, played by Christopher Plummer. The film fueling an entire tourism industry, with 70% of Americans saying they traveled to this small Austrian town just because of the movie.
This was the #1 thing I wanted to do on the trip.
And fans can visit all the movie's iconic spots.
And you've got to remember that famous scene where Maria and the 7 kids are out on the boat, they splash, they fall into the lake. That all happened right there. Oh, here it is, the gazebo. This is where all the movie's steamiest scenes took place. You'll remember when Liesel and Rolf danced around the gazebo all night. And, of course, this is where the captain and Maria shared their very first kiss.
This has been a bucket list since I was like 6 years old, and my grandma showed me the movie.
Of things beyond my ken.
I am 16, going on 17. Okay, actually not, more like 37, going on 38.
He said, this is all for you today.
Mike and Barb are traveling for their 47th wedding anniversary and say they knew Salzburg just had to be on their list.
It's just a timeless classic. You can't put a date on it. It just resonates with everybody.
But of course, there's still one more moment that we had to recreate for ourselves.
The hills are alive with the sound of music, and I'll sing once
And guys, I'm gonna do it. I've gotta say it. This assignment has been, yes, one of my favorite things. Although I have to admit, guys, the twirling was really hard, and it took me many, many takes to get it just right. But even Julie Andrews said that it took her team 6 or 7 tries before they nailed that iconic opening shot. And guys, I have one more trick up my sleeve for you. So right now we're standing on the famous Do-Re-Mi steps. You can see the fountain behind us. These are the steps, so I'm gonna need your help, all right? This is where Maria hops up the steps, and what does she sing? Do, a deer, a female deer. Which you got me there.
We're letting Stephanie, who's the singer.
Stephanie's totally with you 100%.
Yes, I knew you would. Stephanie,
I don't want to scare the viewers away.
My girl Maggie, you nailed it. You did a wonderful job. But that song, we all know that.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
do. I
So
just don't
good.
sound good singing it.
Yeah,
Oh.
well, me too. Maggie, you're the best. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. Coming up here, Robin's exclusive with Super Bowl winning MVP Jalen Hurts before the new season kicks off. How the Eagles quarterback says he's prepared to defend their title on keeping the tush-push alive and getting married in the offseason.
Welcome back. I have a question. Are you ready for some football?
Ready.
It's time.
Let's do
it is time. The NFL season kicks off tonight, and before it does,
Robin Roberts sat down exclusively with Philadelphia Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts. The Super Bowl MVP talks about what he's been up to off the field and his hope of winning back-to-back titles.
Number one in your program and number one in your heart.
How you doing?
This morning, one-on-one with Jalen Hurts as he gears up for the highly anticipated NFL season opener.
It's right upon us. How exciting is it to kick off the season with your NFC East rival?
It's a sense of focus you have to have. You know, I just go back to focus and discipline. You know, you go out here on these first games, there are a lot of different things that you don't know. There's so much unknown. And so regardless of the opponent, it's about playing clean football and just being on the same page. It's an ultimate team game.
After taking home the title last season,
E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles!
The Eagles now with a clean slate, hoping to fly to another Super Bowl victory.
Sitting across from me right now is the reigning Super Bowl MVP. So how does that impact you going into the season, having won it all last year?
And the only way it impacts me is that it's in the past. You know, it's in the past, and it's something that will not help me accomplish anything in this upcoming season. And so when I really, really think about it competitively, you know, the drive is always going to be there. The passion is always going to be there. And the desire to grow is always going to be there.
So you don't feel any pressure when, you know, fans are like back-to-back, they want the back-to-back championship?
Everyone has that perspective, and I know everybody's hungry for certain things to come into reality, but as a player, you take it one game at a time.
That is the home of the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles, ladies and gentlemen.
And a new season begins.
Here at the Eagles practice facility, Jalen's been putting in the work and training around the clock.
I think passion is one thing that'll always have to be there for you to do something that you love. It'll have to be passion. It'll have to be the reflection of all the late nights and early mornings, the time invested, the equity put in.
So what did you do in the off season to be able to be fresh and to recharge for a new season?
I had some time to myself, had some time to my family, and had the opportunity to really recharge of what's to come. You know, it's a very, very rigorous grind when you play for a while and you're playing into the Super Bowls and you're playing for championship games. That means your seasons are longer and your breaks are shorter.
Have the utmost respect when everybody is putting everything that's going on in their lives on social. You have been able to maintain a personal, private life. And I just want to say congratulations on tying the knot, being married.
Thank you.
Okay, the new title of husband, how could it impact you going forward on this season?
Well, it's, you know where your strength comes from. You know where your strength comes from. You know where your rock is. And those are the things that always give you encouragement anytime you step into something.
The Birds stepping into the season with this classic Philly play, which recently pushed its way past a proposed ban.
Tush push, it's alive. You know, people tried to take it down again.
They did.
I know, so what is it? What is it about that particular play that has gotten such recognition?
We do such a really good job of it. It's something we've kind of began and it stuck with us, and I think every team has that one thing that makes them unique. It's something that kind of began here. You can do different things that kind of create a splash in the game, and that's just so happened to be ours.
Jalen's work on and off the field with his foundation, leading him to the Breakfast of Champions.
Does it make you feel like a champion?
Yeah.
Wheaties featuring Jalen on a new limited edition box.
Oh, I just noticed Love Hurts.
The cereal, a staple from his childhood.
It wasn't even about the cereal, it's about what it represented. I can't tell you that I ever dreamed of being on a Wheaties box I looked at when I woke up in the mornings and ate cereal. It's just something that kind of came into fruition because of those icons that I followed after. It's very nostalgic to me. It's very nostalgic just thinking about my childhood and the icons that have graced the box. So to represent it now is something.
It is hard to root against him.
Yeah.
I really like Jalen Hurts. I
Great
just
to
wish
see him.
he played for a different team.
Yeah, the
Maybe
couple
Kansas
Chiefs
City
fans
Chiefs.
had a rough one
Hey,
here.
we'll be right back.
Thanks so much for joining us. Have a great day, everybody.
Bye. Enjoy.
Friday Eve.